honestly, when this truck flipped over, I couldn't believe this was one more knockdown fight that Anisha and her family had to go through. Like,
And
come
they have
can
taken a thumping. I mean,
yeah,
from the
yeah, dude.
very beginning, there has not been an easy moment for them. Even the kids that
Yeah,
got in the car wreck have had easy moments. Walking back to London, getting a car ride back,
right.
walking and
Finding a truck with chocolate and just
yeah,
having a moment.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's been one thing after another with them, and it's man, it's rough.
It
And
is rough.
they find a way to get away, but we find out one of the soldiers that are going after her was one of the ones she had a relationship with.
Yeah. That knew her as, Angela Lockhart.
Yeah, which was a positive thing.
Yeah, yeah, which we find out, but, it's so I don't know what these guys are up to. I guess are they convinced that I don't know why were they chasing them? I'll just
The
ask you, why the
I
heck were they
think they're
chasing them?
after that piece of alien like rock
That
or
rock?
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever they had. I think they were going after that.
So were
And
there plans to take that so they could maybe have safety for maybe 5 people as opposed to getting it to the government who might have the resources to find out what's up with this rock and actually let it be the key to defeating the aliens as a whole? Like
I think
did they have a thought of their heads as far as, step 1, step 2 or I
mass hysteria sets in, they're more looking out for themselves than anyone else. And if they
yeah.
have some type of like weapon or something to protect themselves in an area, I think that honestly, I think that's what they were thinking. I think they're looking out for one, not for all.
Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to think that they're thinking, but when you start to think about this logically, which I guess maybe logic's thrown out the window at this point, in the alien invasion, but it made no sense to me. It's just another scary thing where things are topsy turvy, and it's one more thing that the family has to deal with, which
And
sucks.
man, the kids are sitting there in the back of that truck and they're already scared. And the
Yeah,
next thing you know, the tire blows out, it flips over,
they're
and
screaming, some
yeah,
great screaming and terror from both Luke and Sarah, like which they've been very good at this whole season, which
yeah,
unfortunately they've had to do a lot of this whole
yes,
season.
they're scared a lot.
Yeah.
And they get out of the basically the top hatch of the truck, and they just run into the woods. I mean, they just take
Right.
off, which
Yeah.
I mean, I would
What
too.
else could you do at
I'm
that point?
gone.
Yeah.
If I can run and I'm going.
And these
And
guys, these civilians with guns and this one at least one military guy, they're calling out. They're like, "Hey, it's okay, come out. I have kids too, and it's okay."
yeah.
They're really trying to be convincing that as though they were not going to
Well,
harm
once I seen the
the
one guy
family.
that we knew, I
Hmm.
thought, okay, maybe the guys in the original truck they were in, they were able to fight him off.
Right.
That was my original thought. And then when he started calling her by a different name,
Yeah.
I was starting to become a little more suspicious. And Ahmed read it immediately.
He did. This is Ahmed's end game essentially. This whole season I've been waiting for Ahmed to basically sacrifice himself so that Anisha and her 2 kids can move on and survive just
Yeah.
from the poster alone, right? One of the posters is Anisha and Luke and Sarah running themselves. And Ahmed, he did something fairly unforgivable at the beginning of the show, and just the way his feelings is like the only way that he'd be able to basically redeem himself is to, sacrifice himself
Basically
for
said,
the
yeah.
kids.
And yeah, I wasn't seeing a bullet to the forehead though. I mean,
No, no,
I
I
thought,
wasn't
and
either.
from basically the U.S. government, I thought maybe it would just be an alien that he distracted. He ran one way and they went after him and the kids, and then Anisha went the other direction.
Yeah,
I seen more of that situation happening, but the minute he started calling her by Dr. Lockhart, when he starts calling that out,
right.
and then giving him more time, and then
Yeah,
he
Ahmed
yelled,
uses it to his advantage where he's like, "Angela," like calling for
"Yeah,
as an indication to let Anisha know
Anisha,
that something's not right.
run, keep
Yeah,
going. This situation is not right."
yeah, where finally he just yells out, "Run," and he gets a bullet because of it,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
which
he just calls her by her name, "Anisha, run!" And they
yeah.
take off, and then, Luke is terrified.
Oh, yeah,
Luke
and
hears
both
the shot.
and Sarah, once again, Sarah's yelling out for daddy, and it
Yeah.
just, like, breaks your heart. You're like, "Oh god, like, these poor kids, just
Well, then
run."
Anisha takes a tumble. She goes down the
Yeah.
hill.
I thought for sure she had smacked her head and was unconscious, but luckily that wasn't the case. She kind of steps up and she finds this huge like part of this forest, which is just laid out with all these black spores that the aliens have been leaving on different surfaces. And there's like this huge area, the biggest area that we've seen so
Yeah.
far. And this black rock is just like parting the seas of it.
She's able to walk kind of through it,
Yeah.
which if they get to the other side, I mean, that's kind of their, you know,
Hmm.
their moat in essence. They got around it, they get
Yeah.
through it, and everyone else would not be able to, follow suit.
Yeah. Um, so that was cool. Essentially, it seems as though the kids have put some distance between themselves and the people chasing them.
Yeah.
And as Anisha stands up, she's got her kids in her arms and she looks up and this is where everything is edited together. The part where Travante had Casper in his arms, they look up and they see this big ball of fire in the sky where, this nuke has gone off. We don't know for sure what the effect is or what the results are, but
Yeah.
we do see the nuke go off in the sky.
Yeah, we're gonna play the clip here. Typically, guys, where there is music or something with the clip, the David Bowie song is playing with us, and we weren't messing with Bowie.
Yeah, you two would
God
have
rest
taken
his
us
soul.
down
Yeah, so
real quick.
it's gonna be a clip with no audio. We're probably gonna talk a little bit, while
Yeah,
it's going as well to give you guys a heads up. So here we go.
just
But yeah,
this
like
is ground control. Just sing, Bowie.
yeah, like you're saying, like they're at the end and they're looking up,
Yeah, they're just
and
been put through the ringer at this point.
yeah,
But that's got to be some sort of feeling. Like, eh, I don't know. I would be scared. Like, is this some sort of alien death ray? Like, is this like the Death Star finally shooting the ray to put the end it for once and for all, the
yeah,
nail in the
yeah.
coffin, or did we send something up there?
Well, there is later in the clip. I mean, we only got maybe about a 15-second, 20-second clip of it there, but I think it's either when I think it's with Trevante. You actually see something falling out of the
Right.
sky.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like they actually hit what they were looking for and it was, successful. Now it's fallen to the earth. If it's, if it's not completely destroyed, game on, but it really sets up for an interesting finale of the show.
Yeah.
Because now, okay, now was that the ship that was in Oklahoma? I keep on going back to Oklahoma. Was that the ship that we seen in the sky above the crop circle with was Sam Neill?
All right.
Or was that a little ship going back to the main ship? You know what I
I
mean?
I forgot all about the Oklahoma stuff because it was so important that very first episode, and we haven't returned to it at all.